Welcome to our tour of Miami and Key West. This trip, it was a little bit different than others that I had been on. I am alone without my family, visiting my best friend who lives in Miami. So first we start out in South Beach at Havana, 1957. As you can see, we had some delicious cocktails and small bites. We had croquetas to remind us of our travels in Spain back in college. And then we found a Spanish tapas restaurant, and they had a flamenco show, and it was amazing. Along with enjoying the music, we ordered a traditional tapas fare and some cocktails, also sangria. The next day we drove down to Key West. Took about 4 hours from Miami to get there in the car, and the drive was beautiful. We saw the ocean, just some colors that we had probably never seen before. This was 7 Mile Bridge, and I enjoyed seeing on the side the other sections that were older. Our next stop after arriving in Key West was straight to a company called Snuba. It's between scuba diving and snorkeling. You have a little tube that comes down from the boat where you have your air flowing through instead of having to carry a big tank around. So first we got our briefing on safety measures, and then we jumped right in. We saw some beautiful, beautiful coral, and it took us a little while to figure out just exactly what we were doing, but all in all, we had a great time. As we were waiting for everybody else to get back on the boat, we got to enjoy some sights while enjoying some drinks on the boat as well. After getting off the boat, we went straight to our hotel and then off in search of conch fritters. It was a dish that was recommended just about everywhere, so we have some there, along with some other snacks for dinner and cocktails. We then rode our little bikes down to the most southern point and took a few pictures. As you can see, there's a lot of people there, and this was right before sunset, so it probably wasn't the best time to go, but it was still just as beautiful and very interesting. We rented some very basic bikes, and they were only $10 for the entire day, and we were able to drop them off even after the place had closed that night. We rode from one side of the island to the complete other side in order to make it to Mallory Square for sunset, which was also recommended to us, and it did not disappoint. As you can see, it was very beautiful. We enjoyed some live music, and everybody cheered right as the sun went down past the little horizon.
10 years. I just turned vegan.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing on the planet. Yeah. Drink it. After you drink it, I'm gonna bust it open. Yeah, take it nice, so like champagne.
The other thing that we went and searched for was, of course, key lime pie, and as you can see, it looks delicious. Everybody recommended that we go to Kermit's for key lime pie. There was at least 2 locations on the island, and it was very delicious. It was actually my first key lime pie that I've ever had, but my friend here is an expert, and she agreed that it was probably the best she had ever had. Before heading back home on my flight, we had some extra time to kill, so we made our way back down to South Beach, back to Havana 1957, because we only had small bites before, and I really wanted to try an actual meal there because it was so delicious and so much fun. And the decor, as you can see, is just very cool, very retro, and I loved it. South Beach on Ocean Drive, especially here, is famous for the Art Deco buildings, and even on the other streets that aren't on Ocean Drive, as you can see, there are so many neat Art Deco buildings to check out. This was probably another one of my favorite parts about South Beach, Miami. So thanks for joining me, and check in next time for our next adventures.